Hi guys! I am so excited because I want to show you, and I know not everybody has seen this. This is our new external platform for Visibility That Sells Accelerator 2022. So for those of you who already signed up, who already renewed, you probably have the accounts created on this platform. I'm just gonna walk you through the magic of it, right? Because yesterday I spent a lot of time populating it with some of the existing trainings that I have, and I found some trainings I forgot about. Like there was a training I made about, selfies and gifs and things like that, So I really scouted, I scouted for anything I did, and I had it on YouTube. So now it's here. All the valuable ones are here. So let me just log in. Those of you who haven't yet signed up to renew, this is what you're going to have access when you're signing up. And those of you who haven't renewed or are still sitting on the fence, this is what's coming in the next, what we call a season. I think that after this season, it's still going to be a 12 months program, so it's still a 12 months commitment, but I think that I might be adding new members ongoing, because this was something that will give them the resources that they need as well. So that's my kind of big plan. Anyway, let me just go in. This is my account here, so I'm going to logging into my account. When you have put your payment through for Visibility That Sells Accelerator 2022, no matter what, if you're going for a VIP option or a regular option, you will get to a page where you need to create your account, and then you will need to go in your email and check the confirmation email with a little code, or there's a link that you can click. So you will have to verify the account before you will be able to log in, right? That's just something to keep in mind. So when you're logged in, let's just have a look at this first view. It actually works really well on the mobile phone as well, although these spaces, we call them spaces, they're like categories. They will be in the little hamburger style, what they call, the few lines here on the side. So all these links will go on the mobile on the top left corner in the menu, but you can still access them. So these are the just preliminary choice of categories that I have, the spaces I'm going to call them. And the very first one is, of course, the onboarding one. And then we have things around content and engagement and video content. So this is going to be more written content, planning, various strategies. Not every strategy works for everyone. So whatever I know, whatever I've learned, I'm going to share with you. You have to find your own. What works for me is not going to work for you, or not work for every one of you. So, and the other way around, what works very well for so many people doesn't work for me, and even if I'm trying, even if I'm teaching it, it works for clients and works. But why? Because they're different type than me in human design. Well, not just human design, just generally, different energies. So website secrets, by the way, I already added there our audit session, and there will be recurring audits for the websites. Maybe once in 3 months we will just, who wants to have a refresher? Anyone wants something to ask, so I can do a quick audit. What else I have here? Publicity. This is what I've just added. I've just added a little database of the publications that don't require, or at least I need to go through a couple of them, but most of them you heard me talking about. So Medium, Odyssey, Elephant Journal, that you can already repurpose articles that you are writing, so this is really good, and add those logos and say as seen in Elephant Journal, for example, and things like that. I might actually add the logos here. Okay, let me not make any promises. Graphics and imagery, this is where I have right now this training. It's a little dated, it's a little old, but the software that I'm using for the actual GIF production is available online, so everything is there. I think I was using a very old, I don't use this app anymore, just letting you know, for beautification. It's the same in here in Selfies That Sells Masterclass. So this beautification app on my iPhone I don't use, but I'm giving you a software that I'm using, and I'm also giving you the app that I am using right now that is much more advanced, right? And works for both Apple or Android phones. Anyway, so anything that really is Facebook specific, I have a category. For example, when we talk about specifically on Facebook engagement, Facebook groups, I closed my Facebook group. That doesn't mean that Facebook groups don't work for other people. So I decided to bring all the old trainings that I had. Now, there might be some looks of things might be different, but that's not why you would be looking at these trainings. Listen to the concepts, listen to, the ideas of the call to action, the engagement ideas. Those things are human to human. They are not platform even related so much. So it's not about how Facebook looks. Maybe one or two features are missing and more features are added, but this is not a feature based. This is more about how you build communities, and do that successfully, right? So I actually thought that this masterclass was very good at the time. I stopped offering it as an official one because I closed my group, but for you it's all here because this is a resources library. So branding and positioning, again, don't mind me, there was a period where I don't know if you followed me then, but I used a lot of Snapchat filters, and I'm a goofy person. I really would do like using them. I would still use them probably these days, although it's just like the need fell off. I think there was a little bit of a, if you were not in a mood, adding on that filter actually put me in this goofy mood. And then, this Juliette didn't mind going live kind of appeared. So it was sort of empowerment thing. What I'm talking in this training, though, is quite poignant. A lot of us don't think about what we actually offer people, what are the benefits. So this is a good one to talk about. So this is branding, positioning. I also have some old trainings about the brand themes, how to plan your content over brand themes. Again, this is only one of the ways to approach it. Maybe this training is not necessarily for you to sit down and plan out your brand themes, but kind of understand what makes a brand, what sort of content ideas you can have. So you create, the brand is how people perceive you, right? So you are already a brand. As people, we already brands. We already have this certain way, and especially with human design, it's, especially with our profile, that's the costume we wear, what people see in us and how we see ourselves. So those are all brands, and these are just some other, content ideas around our brands that is good to have in your mix, and you can use Social Bee to, you can create a lot of these kind of branding posts that just can be repurposed. Don't be afraid of being repetitive with your posts. People don't remember, there's just so much going on. Everybody's so distracted. So what they see is several posts that are the same from you. I've seen people who are repurposing their posts. I literally read that post 10 times, but over 2 years, say I followed that person, I've seen this post 10 times. Do I, want to throw something at this person? No, I don't care. I just scroll by if it stopped being important to me, or sometimes it took me several times to see that post in order for me to actually read it. So repetition is good. So what else I have? I have here the resources section. It's where I'm uploading files. For example, I had some files from the Ultimate Visibility Kit that I thought that will be very, very handy. There's some messenger conversation starters for those of you who have the energy to ignite, or you're responding to something. Just some templates, that you can have a look and bounce off. You don't need to use them word by word. Content to Leads Planner. It's like a publicity or, general area of expertise planner where it'll give you some ideas. Again, you can use it if it will keep you producing content, or you can use it, pick and choose what you're using it, and it's just literally monthly. You can print out 1 month's content. It will have 3 prompts a week, what to talk about, right? Then there's 855 engagement booster conversation starters, and they're completely random questions. Some of them are business related, but trust me, it's not about business, right? We connect to people through our dogs and, the love of sushi and other things. So these are random questions. My biggest, most popular question was, what color socks are you wearing? Because everybody wants to take a picture and show me the socks. It's so funny. So that's the engagement, right? When we build engagement, we follow up the next day with a serious post that people don't engage. They might be reading, they might be watching our videos, but they don't necessarily engage, right? Some of us, like me, we have clients who stalk us for a year before they even let us know that they are around, right? We have a couple of clients like this in this group. So this is something that's important to keep in mind. People take time. Depending on your personal energetics, it will take longer or shorter, or it will be strangers or people from your network, right? This is why I'm going to, I've already started talking about human design. I'm going to bring a few trainings about human design. Some of you took my social media by design masterclass. Some of you took. So here's the deal. Some of the things that I'm going to be creating for sale, I will be creating and giving you guys free access first, and then I'm going to release them as a passive consumption product. So you will see that's happening. Also, there's other things that I would be creating that are separate to Visibility That Sells Accelerator. And in that case, I will be giving you some discounts. And I might, in human design, I will have this like special offers category. And I will just add a link already with embedded discount code in there, for those of you who's interested to do something or maybe get my marketing by design blueprint that some of you already have got, and it's a personalized. I mean, obviously, it's still based on your type, on your strategy to make decisions, on your profile. It's still based on generalizing. Obviously, I'm not a clairvoyant to tell what's going to work for you, but it'll give you a roadmap. That's why it's called a blueprint, right? And then there is this section called feature and training requests, and that's for you, because if you say, okay, Juliette, I want more templates to how to create an invitation post, for example, right? Or Juliette, I would like to have an audit for my website, maybe something like whatever even if I have this already, like if you want some sort of training, if you're coming across, I might not be able to give you a training like that. Then I will point you to whoever does trainings like this, but you can always request. So don't be shy, don't be afraid to ask for anything that you may think you need. And if I say to you, listen, you're overcomplicating, you actually don't need to learn more about this. This is the way you can do it. For example, I had a chat with one of guys here yesterday on our private call, and she said to me that she's almost bought this big, very, very expensive, we're talking about many, many $1,000s training about how to build a course. And I said, you don't need that, because all you need to do is just run your coaching program, record the calls, right? And you can record it in a way that you don't see people's faces, or you can say to people that this will be offered, as a replay. So, you get their consent if they want to switch off their faces. It doesn't have to be a coaching call, but the part where you're teaching, and then you just take those videos, put them on YouTube unlisted, right, and then plug them into the course platform. You don't need to pay $10K for someone to tell you pretty much, that's how things can be done. Simplification is better. Goals over gadgets. It's not about how things look. It's about how you are delivering and how you are connecting to people. And also, if you think that the course is easier to sell or promote than, say, coaching, you're very wrong. Trust me, because I've tried it. I jumped deep into that hole, and trust me, it's much, much worse. And people don't finish more, and they don't go past the first 2 modules, and then you never get testimonials, and you just literally feel like shit because you feel like you don't get any results to people. That's what having a course before, and that was my main offer, that's how it made me feel at the end. That's just sharing my experience. Everybody has their own experience. So human design, as I create trainings and resources, that's where they're going to be. And obviously I'm going to notify you, or we do the trainings live. It depends. So that's a platform. When you just land, and also on the top here, just in case you need to go to my website, there's a website here and our Facebook group as well. You just click here and you're going to get on to the Facebook group. When you just open, when you log in, you will see this it's like a news feed on Facebook. Whatever was posted last, you will see it there. So don't get confused. And it's like in Facebook group, right? Don't get confused. This is all just last trainings. Go and see what you need, right? Don't get too caught up in consumption, but see what you need. Another way that you can find what you need is to search above. For example, you can say publications if you're looking for my keyboard. I have this Bluetooth keyboard and it takes a couple of clicks before it connects. So if I say you can see that this search is going to already show you either posts or maybe the space itself. So if I wanted to look for something about engagement, engage. I am so bad. engagement, right? So you can see again all the posts, the category space, so it's so good, easy to navigate. Now, if you, for example, there is a training, right? And you have a question, you can just literally ask a question here, and when you're asking a question, make sure that this says following, because then if I reply, you will get a notification here. Also, in your account, you can, in every one of those spaces, there's a couple of settings that you can check out on the top here. So you will not see this one, this is just for administrators, but there's 3 dots. No, I think that maybe I need to check, actually. I don't know what you're going to see here, but you will see this, and this is the more important one. So this is the notifications, and you can choose whether you want to see just new comments and reactions to your posts, and maybe posts that you previously commented on. That's probably the best notification. Then you will get a little, notification here. So every one of these categories, you can decide, whether you want to be notified or not. And that's just here on the platform. But also in your account settings, you will also have notifications option. So you see, I went into UI. You will see slightly different menu because you're not an admin, but the account settings, and then we went into notifications, and then there is this email. So you can choose to get emails or not. Now, I honestly suggest switch off getting emails, because very simple, is you don't want to be bombarded. And when I'm adding something of value, I'm actually going to email you like a digest, so I think that that's the better way. But you can choose if you like, you can choose them. Just make sure that they're going to be coming in from Visibility, that Sales Accelerator, and make sure that if they go into spam, you mark, check your spam folder, if they're not there, if they're there, mark them as not spam. You can even add that email address that they're coming in to your contacts, so it doesn't go into spam, so you can get the most of this community and the notifications. Also, every one of us will see the profile, so you can, on your profile, you can change the cover image, and even you can upload yours. You can, add it by link, or you can use there's such a beautiful database of covers that you can use, and then you can also reposition this if you want, so you can update your picture, you can change some information about yourself. That's something that basically, and then if you click on the spaces, all these ones are just shown in a kind of grid way, and you can search the spaces. So that's something, a starting point. As I said, this is only preliminary. As I was finding the trainings, I was adding more and more here. I don't want to overwhelm anyone with like too many trainings, but I think that there's some things that are handy here. So if you have a question, you can come here and see if there's a training about this, if there's a resource about this area that you're looking for. And then if not, you can request, and we'll take it from there, right? So that is the Tribe platform. I'm so excited, and this is what comes with 2022 Accelerator. Let me know if you're already in, or if you're planning to renew, or what's happening. Let me know in the comments. Okay, see you later.